Hello everyone, welcome Lead at Home. Today we will start new chapter of unit third, that is third one, water resources. Please student be ready with your textbook, then pen, pencil and notebook. Put your textbook in front of you while watching this video. And this chapter, water resources, to be assessed in the periodic test only and will not be evaluated in board examination. Please keep this in your mind. Now here, first of all, communication has given in between two children. First one boy will say, "Hey Pinky, did you see those awesome TV reports on floods in Assam? My God, what havoc they have created." Meaning of havoc means devastation. It has destroyed and swept away everything in its path. Then the girl will reply. The girl will reply in this way. Yes, Chintu, I did. Isn't it strange that water can give life and take life as well? What would we do without water? We need water to drink, cook our food, wash our clothes, and wash ourselves as well. My father was telling me that in his factory they need a lot of water for a number of things. Did you know that they even need water for cooling in the machines? In fact, the factory runs on the power supplied by the Hydel power plant. Now, I can understand why through the ages we humans have chosen to live near water resources, water courses along the rivers and other water sources like springs, lakes, ponds and oceans. Means after reading this communication, we just conclude that in this way water is important thing on the world. Without water we can't do anything. Now let's move towards the topic. You already know that 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water, but only a small proportion of it accounts for fresh water that can be put to use. Means on the earth, 3/4 of earth's surface has covered with water, but only small proportion of water we can use. This fresh water is mainly obtained from surface runoff and groundwater that is continuously being renewed and recharged through the hydrological cycle. Means fresh water we will get from lake, then river, then ponds and groundwater that is continuously being renewed and recharged through the hydrological cycle. All water moves within the hydrological cycle, ensuring that water is a renewable resources. We know that the water cycle, in water cycle, first water is there, then it evaporate because of sun heats, and then it goes upside and it become cloud. When uh, cold air hit to that cloud, that time rains come on the earth. Means water is a renewable resources. You might wonder that if 3/4 of the earth is covered with water and water is a renewable resources, then how is it that countries and regions around the globe suffer from water scarcity? Now, meaning of scarcity means the state of being scarce. Means it is wonder that on the earth, 3/4 earth's surface has covered with water, and water is also a renewable resources, then why some countries and regions around the globe suffering from water scarcity? This is question is there. Why is it predicted that by 2025 nearly 2 billion people will live in absolute water scarcity? Now this is a prediction that by 2025 nearly 2 billion people around the world will live in the absolute water scarcity. This is one of the biggest problem in the world. Now here some facts and figures are given. Just we look what are some facts and figures. 96.5% of the total volume of world's water is estimated to exist as oceans and only 2.5% as fresh water. Let's see. 96.5% of the total volume of the world's water is estimated to exist in the oceans and only 2.5 we are using as a fresh water. Nearly 70% of this fresh water occurs as ice sheets and glaciers in Antarctica, Greenland and the mountains regions of the world, while a little less than 30% is stored as groundwater in the world's aquifer. See, 70% of this freshwater occurs as ice sheet and glaciers in Antarctica, Greenland and the mountains regions of the world, and only 30% is stored in the groundwater. Now, second point, India receives only 4% of the global precipitation and ranks 133 in the world in terms of water availability per person per annum. See, India receives nearly 4% of global precipitation and ranks 133 in the world in terms of water availability per person in per person per annum. Means in India every person will get water availability. Third point, the total renewable water resources of India are estimated at 1897 square meter square kilometer per annum. The total renewable of water of India are estimated how much square kilometer, that is 1897 square kilometer per annum is available in India. Now we will move towards on next page. By 2025, it is predicted that large part of India will join countries or regions having absolute water scarcity. Means by 2025, it is a prediction that large part of India will be join countries that or regions having absolute water scarcity. This is a prediction and it will be happen if global warming is going on, trees cuttings are going on, then factories increasing every day by day. This will be happen if we neglect these things, it will be definitely happen. And the research has taken the UN World Water Development Report 2003. Now we will move towards next point, water scarcity and the need for water conservation and management. Even the abundance and renewability of water, it is difficult to imagine that we may suffer from water scarcity. The moment we speak of water shortage, we immediately associated it with the regions having low rainfall or those that are drought prone. Means given the abundance, now meaning of abundance means plenty, and renewability of water means water is a renewable resources. It is difficult to imagine that we may suffer from water scarcity. The moment we speak of water shortage means now we are speaking about shortage of water in our locality, we immediately associated with the regions having low rainfall. Means we are hearing the news where a low rainfall is there on that region, some water scarcity is there, or those that are drought prone. Now meaning of drought means lack of rainfall, and prone means livable too, means where very lack rainfall is there, on that side we hear that lacking of water on that area. Now here some images has given, just we read that images. First image has given about water everywhere, not a drop to drink. After a heavy downpour, a boy collects drinking water in Kolkata. Life in the city and its adjacent districts were paralyzed as incense overnight rain, meaning a record 180 millimeter, flooded vast area and disturbed traffic. Means heavy rainfall has happened in place of Kolkata and the situation has given. Now we will move towards the next image. A Kashmiri earthquake survivor carries water in the snow in a devastated village. Means this is the image of Kashmir. After earthquake, one person has survived, and a woman has survived, and she carries water in the snow in devastated village. Now we will move towards the next image. This is image about this is a image about some water scarcity is there on that place. This image is there, just we will read the information. एक और इजराइल जैसे 25 सेंटीमीटर औसत वार्षिक वर्षा वाले देश में जल का कोई अभाव नहीं है, तो दूसरी ओर 114 सेंटीमीटर औसत वार्षिक वर्षा वाले हमारे देश में प्रति वर्ष किसी भाग में सूखा अवश्य पड़ता है। देश में जल की उपलब्धता और उसके स्वरूप के अनुसार समुचित जल प्रबंधन न होने के कारण ही वर्षा का जल नदी नालों में तेजी से बहकर समुद्र में चला जाता है, जिससे वर्षा के बाद के लगभग 9 महीने देश के लिए पानी की कमी के होते हैं। ये ही मूल कारण है देश में जलीय अभाव के, जिससे हम उचित प्रबंधन के द्वारा ही नियंत्रित कर सकते हैं। मीन्स information given and also comparison has given in between two countries like Israel and second one is India. Means in Israel very less rainfall is there, but their management is good, better than India. India, rainfall is there in plenty, but management is not there, and because of that, some water scarcity is happening in India. Now we will move to our next. We instantaneously visualize the deserts of Rajasthan and women balancing, meaning mudcars means earthen pots used for collecting and storing water and traveling long distances to get water, means Rajasthan region where very less rainfall is there, and women and men go along where water is available, they will take water, and with balancing means mudcars means earthen pots, they will carry the water in that earthen pot and goes to their home, means this information has given to the availability of water resources varies over space and time, mainly due to the variations in seasonal and annual precipitation, but water scarcity in most cases is caused by overexploitation, excessive use, and unequal access to water among different social groups. Means here also shown that there is a no management of water in India, and that's why some inequality is happening region by region. Now we will move to our next. Here on the page some information is given. According to Falkland, a Swedish expert, water stress occur when water availability is between 1000 and 1600 cubic meter per person per year. This is information about Falkenmark of a Swedish expert. Now we will move to our next. Where is then water scarcity likely to occur? As you have read in the hydrological cycle, fresh water can be obtained directly from precipitation, surface runoff, and groundwater. Means this is about a description of water cycle as given, and we have already learned when the topic has begun. It is possible that an area or region may have ample water resources. Ample means in plenty water resources, but is still facing water scarcity. Many of our cities are such examples. Thus, water scarcity may be an outcome of large and growing population and consequent greater demand of water and unequal access to it. Now, the problem is happening of scarcity is one that our population of India is increasing day by day, and because of that, some mismanagement is happening. A large population requires more water not only for domestic use but also to produce more food, means large population require more water and also domestic use and also to produce more food. Hence, to facilitate higher food grain production, water resources are being overexploited to expand irrigated areas for dry season agriculture. Means fresh water is contributed in the production of food. Irrigated agriculture is the largest consumer of water, means where sources of water are available. It means borewell, then some wells is available on that side. people use that water for agriculture. Now it is needed to revolutionize the agriculture through developing drought resistance crops and dry farming technique. Now here, now we need to revolutionize. Now meaning of revolutionize means to fill with a revolutionary principle the agriculture through developing drought resistance crops and dry farming techniques. Next, you may have seen in many televisions advertisements that most farmers have their own wells and tube wells in their farms for irrigation to increase their produce. But have you ever wondered what this could result in? I had told before that where tube wells, where wells are available, people use that water, means farmer use that water for production, means growing their farming. But have you ever wondered about this could be result in that it may lead to falling groundwater levels, adversely affecting water availability and food security of the people. Means if we use wells and borewells, that time surrounding water comes into that tube and borewells, and this happen lack of groundwater. Now we will move towards the next paragraph. Post independent India witnessed intensive industrialization and urbanization. After post independence, India witnessed intensive, means largely industrialization and urbanization happen in India, creating vast opportunities for us. Today, large industrial houses are as commonplace as the industrial units of many MNCs, means multinational corporations. Means after industrialization and urbanization, lot of opportunities created in industry and urban. So large industrial houses are as a commonplace as the industrial units of MNCs, means multinational corporations. The ever increasing number of industries has made matters worse by exerting pressure on existing freshwater resources. Means that increasing number of industries made worse pressure on fresh water. Industries, apart from being heavy users of water, also require power to run them. Means industries also run on the power, and that will come on water. Much of this energy comes from hydroelectric power. Means some hydroelectric stations are there, from that we comes energy and we use in the industry. Today in India, hydroelectric power contributes approximately 22% of the total electricity produced. Means near about 22% consumed by the industry. Moreover, multiplying urban centers with large, and we will see on next, dense population and urban lifestyles have not only added to water and energy requirements, but have further aggravated, and aggravated means to make worse the problem. Means this result is a problem occur on population and urban lifestyle. If you look into the housing societies and colonies in the cities, you would find that most of these have their own groundwater pumping devices to meet their water needs. Means in every colonies, in every societies have their own pump is own pump, groundwater pumping is there. Not surprisingly, we find that fragile water resources are being overexploited and have caused their depletion in several of these cities. Now, fragile meaning of fragile means easily broken. Now we will move towards the next paragraph. So far we have focused on quantitative aspect of water scarcity. Means only quantitative aspect of water scarcity just we have seen. Now let us consider another situation where water is sufficiently available to meet the needs of the people, but the area still suffers from water scarcity. Means availability is there to their need of the people, but still suffering from water scarcity. This scarcity may be due to bad quality of water. Latterly there has been a growing concern that even if there is ample water to meet the needs of the people, much of it may be polluted by domestic and industrial wastes. Means in that water some amples of problems there. It may be polluted by domestic and industrial waste, then chemical, pesticide and fertilizers used in agriculture. This making it hazards for human use, and it is a very dangerous for human use. Now we will move towards the next paragraph. Now here some information has given. The information about India's rivers, especially the smaller ones, have all turned into toxic streams, and even the big ones like the Ganga and Yamuna are far from being pure. The assault on India's rivers from population growth, agriculture, modernization, urbanization, and industrialization is enormous and growing by the day. Means in India, this modernization, urbanization, and industrialization goes, and it will create effect on water. This entire life stands threatened, and this is a source from the Citizens Fifth Report CSE 1990. You may have already realized that the need of the hour is to conserve and manage our water resources to safeguard ourselves from health hazards to ensure food security. Now continuation of our livelihood and productive activities, and also to prevent degradation of our natural ecosystem. Degradation means the state of being degraded. Means we already realized that we need to conserve and manage water to safeguard ourselves from health hazards to ensure the security also. Now continuous of our livelihood and productive activities, and also to prevent our degradation of our natural ecosystems. Over exploitation and mismanagement of water resources will impoverish this resource and cause ecological crisis that may have profound impact on our lives. Means the over exploitation and mismanagement of water resources will be effect on our ecosystem. I hope that you will understood well. If any query is there, please tell me. Any word, any sentence you have not understood, please give your comment, and next part we will see in next video.